we're going to get to the next video dono. And this next video dono was by Jetsburg Samuel. And Jetsburg Samuel said, hey, Ghost, you should check out this video about the Incel trans pipeline, whatever the hell that's supposed to mean. So Jetsburg Samuel hooked this one up. And hold on, what is this?
The male gender is broken.
Uh-oh.
Let's face it. If you present as male, there's exactly one personality that will earn you social approval.
Oh, yeah? What's that?
Chad. Assertive, dominant, successful. Nobody will be impressed by a male that is meek, submissive, and struggling.
Of course.
Such males are not considered gender trailblazers.
Well, it doesn't really matter, all right? I mean, if you are a meek, submissive, and struggling person, then maybe you should just submit to the fact that, you know, maybe you're a bottom. Maybe you're a homosexual. Maybe you're a cuck. All right? Because if you are not assertive, dominant, and successful, then you're just the complete opposite. I mean, you're a beta. You know, you're somebody that is probably on Grindr on the DL with the profile picture, profile name, doors open, ass up, you know?
They're just derided as incel needs. Nobody is offering
Incel
an actual
needs.
solution to this. Tradcons tell you to just
there's no solution to this? Why don't you stop watching anime and feminizing yourself by, for whatever reason, not letting go of your childhood, you fucking man-children? How about that shit?
Up. TERFs tell you to just abolish gender. Liberals deny this reality altogether. By embracing girl mode, you actually become free to be your authentic self without shame.
What?
Society at large requires men to keep grinding and struggling to keep the lights on. So obviously no serious and respectable person will encourage you to just drop down the pink vortex. But it's possibly the only thing that will actually help you if you're stuck being a shitty male with no prospects.
Well, listen, I think what this person is trying to suggest is that if you're a weak, meek, kind of submissive person, then you might as well go trans. You might as well go trans.
This is an excerpt from a guide written for incels that want to transition into womanhood. I found about a year
Hey, hold
ago,
on there, women
and
are
I can't
stinky
stop
holes.
Thinking about it. So this document is a pretty functional resource guide for starting your transition attached to a cynical manifesto.
Whoa, wait a minute. I thought you were going to give me some pretext before going into the whole, HRTs and, fucking taking estrogen and shit. Why? Whoa, you're jumping the gun there, tranny.
About how transition is a gateway out of the pain of being an incel. It's bizarre enough seeing a transgender self-help walkthrough fused with incel ideology, but the part I'm obsessed with is this tonally insane section where the author talks about their own transition. Each sentence starts with the same level of nihilism, anger, and despair you would expect from an incel writer, which then bloom into sweet, adorable depictions of joy in a way that's invented a new form of comedy for me. During this time, my emotions were becoming far more intense. I would cry at stupid and random stuff, but crying does not feel bad. It feels good and releases emotions. I would care about stuff that didn't even matter. It was almost like hormones were dumbing me down enough to where I could enjoy life. I was starting to get a feeling almost like
Are you serious with this crap?
It was euphoric, to say the least. My first experience with a guy was a non-Chad friend who knew I had started transitioning and thinks I'm actually trans. We didn't have sex or even oral, but we kissed a few times and cuddled for a few hours.
Oh my God.
Magical.
Yeah, dude, this is trans propaganda. All right, I hate to say that. Look, I thought that this stupid trans person was going to make a case, but I don't know what this person is trying to suggest here.
Or even better than...
because with all due respect, all right, the whole reason why people are turning trans is because they want the attention that a chick would get because they're over feminized anyway, and they probably would pass off as a chick. So that's why they're doing it. And another factor is that it's purely sexual. The whole LGBTQ movement, I wish we would have an adult conversation about this. The whole LGBTQ movement is nothing more than a perversion. It's nothing new. It's nothing like it's nothing different than like somebody who likes some weird fetish like bondage or S&M or I don't know, something of that nature. It's a perversion. All right, when your identities, Jesus.
What do you call a black tranny? A Mississippi wind chime.
Jeez, just play a little bit more of this crap, please. Jesus Christ.
Oh
And by the way, how much did somebody, Jetsburg Samuel dropped 5 beers on this, so I'm going to play this for another few minutes and we're getting out of here on this one.
God, maybe you're just trans, you dumb bitch. Going from before transition to right now is like going from black and white reality and low definition to 4K Ultra HD with perfect sound. Even more than that, it's like life is more colorful now and things are so much more intense. The sky even looks brighter. Stars shine more intensely to me. It's like hormones grew a lens of happiness in my brain that now I perceive reality through, and it's so much more positive.
Are you fucking kidding me with this crap?
It's actually pretty beautiful, and it's literally how every trans girl describes the experience. Please just put down your edgy villain Komida hand speeches and admit that you built a better life for yourself.
By the way, why is this trans person depicting themselves in anime form? Anime is a one-step gateway into all-out cross-dressing, becoming trans, or being a transvestite.
It doesn't have to be this constantly shifting math equation of whose mandibles are...
And by the way, another thing, you know, I hear all the time that these trannies, they actually, you know, I want somebody to love me. I want a man to sing to me from my balcony, and I want him to improvise sonnets for me, and all this shit, all right? Meanwhile, most trannies that I've ever come across, most of them are either outright prostitutes or prostitutes on the down low. All right? And yet, they don't want to be objectified. They don't want to be a fetish or whatever the case might be. But from my experience with these folks, most of them are prostitutes. And look, I don't blame them. I mean, there's a lot of down low idiots that want to go into that a forbidden fruit and are willing to, you know, take some, they're willing to pay some money for that forbidden fruit. No pun intended. You know what I mean?
Widen enough to have happiness. You can just pursue what makes your stars shine more intensely.
Introduction. Oh, Jesus. Oh, transphobia, misogyny, mental illness. Oh my
God. If you spend
God.
any time on 4chan's LGBT board, you'll see a lot of talk about the incel to trans girl pipeline. And
Incel to trans girl pipeline.
There's earnest discussion in these spaces about the ways in which...
Look, the only way that an incel can go into transition into a female is if they're already effeminate looking anyway. If you're a slovenly, disgusting, neck-bearded piece of pimple-faced, four-eyed trash, this ain't gonna work for you. You're just gonna be an ugly cross-dresser. That's it. This ain't gonna work for you.
Self-described incels and needs begin thinking about, making steps towards, and starting on their transitions into womanhood. There's actually 2 related articles on the Incel Wiki. One is titled Tranny Maxing. If you're familiar with incel terminology, you've probably already
Tranny
heard of
Maxing?
A set of strategies used to compensate for what they perceive as inborn ugliness. And this is basically that, but undergoing transition not to align oneself with an innate sense of gender, but to alleviate the distress of living as an incel. The other article is titled The Transvestigiality Hypothesis, detailing this...
That's why I can't stand anime. All right, it's just an open gateway into becoming a LGBTQ deviant. And everybody that's trying to deny it, you're already partaking in it, and I fucking know it.
Ludicrous idea that
you're already partaking in it.
A web of perceived and actual gender-based challenges can essentially cause a form of artificial gender dysphoria. There's whole communities dedicated to this connection.
Can you people get over yourselves?
Even posts listing out scientific studies supposedly validating the idea
great, here comes High Council with his fucking feels bad man.
A lot of these posts come
portion
from
of the broadcast.
Incel-identified people who write about how deeply they envy women and wish that they could live a life on tutorial mode where they feel wanted. So
what did I tell you? What did I tell you? The only reason that these effeminate male incels are going towards the transgendered arena is because they want attention. I just want attention. I want somebody to look at me and want me and lust for me. I don't want to be an incel, damn it.
That's the question. At some point, doesn't the envy of a woman's life become dysphoria? The general social consensus on gender identity right now seems to be based around the mythologized idea of a gendered essence that you're born with. But what does it mean when someone who has lived their entire life as a man, who is comfortable with being a man...
I don't think anyone gives a shit All right? I think that you're a neurotic, stupid fucking moron that is reading way too much into wanting to be a woman. All right? Stop fucking lying. All of you transgenders out there, the reason that many of you want to transition is because you probably know you look better as the opposite sex as opposed to the gender you are, and you're doing it for a sexual reason. You're doing it for a sexual reason. And look, sexual fetishes are not an identity. All right? Just because you say that you're a part of the LGBTQ doesn't define who you are as a person. It doesn't define whether you're a loyal person, an honest person, a smart person. I mean, these virtues don't define you whenever you say that you're LGBTQ. Jesus Christ, man. I'm telling you, man, this is, you know, it never ends. It's my life.